Lord have mercy, I'm sweating like a hoe in church. It is hot this week in here in New York City. It's hot all over the country. We having what we call a heat wave. But anyway, we ain't here to talk about that. I know y'all wondering what the hell is she doing up there with that do-rag on her head. I'm going to let y'all know right now. We are doing what I call 6 and 6, which is 6 books in 6 weeks. And this week's book is Catherine Stockett's TheHelp. Now, the 60s, actually, this takes place in actually 1962, the days of the Civil Rights era. And it basically is about a maid who has just had enough. I mean, she has had it up to here. She has raised all these white babies, and she is tired. And her child has been killed, and she's going through it. And then she was used to take care of this one family, and she just can't do it no more. But she keep on doing it because, well, it's not a lot of stuff for black folk to do. Now, I'll be first one to admit that when I read books like this, they make me angry because it takes me back. You know, like I wasn't a part of the 60s and the 50s and the civil rights. And usually, as a black person, let me get rid of this accent for a minute. It's really hard to keep both of them up when you're upset about some shit, but let's be real. I'll tell you a little bit about the book. Like I said, the book takes place in 1962, and it's the story of, basically, it's a lot of stories intertwined, but the main one being the story of a woman named Skeeter. Her name's actually like Eugenia is her normal name, her grown-up name. And she's a white lady, and she went to school, and she came back home from college with a college degree, but no husband. And back then, you know, like, women were to go to school, they were there for the MRS degree. They weren't there to get a real education. You know, they were really there basically to catch a man. So Skeeter decided that, you know, she came back with a degree, but she was a writer. And she didn't really know what to write about. And so she got to know these maids, one, Abilene, who I call Abby. And she had raised, like, you know, her own kids, but her son basically died, like, a couple of years prior. And she was working for this other white family, the family that Skeeter would go and hang out with and play bridge and whatnot, like, you know, do their DAR and like the women leagues things, stuff like that. So Skeeter decides that she needs to find something to write about. She needs to find something real, something deep. She had a calling, if you will. So she decides to write about TheHelp. Basically all the colored women and what they thought when they had to work with or work for the white families and their true thoughts. And now back in the 60s, you know, black and white intermingling, you can get arrested. You could get killed for that. And so this was a big deal. Like she wanted to, you know, first Abby agreed to do it. So to do the interview. And then they had to find, like, you know, 12 other maids. That took forever, but thank goodness there was many. I'm telling you, you need to read the book. Because many helped bring on some other maids, and they actually got together and she wrote this book, and it's called TheHelp, and it became quite a scandal in their town because nobody wants their dirty laundry out there, especially when you're doing dirty. And that's why I hate reading books about this whole time era, because I was very fortunate, you know. I was born in the 70s, and by that time, we were free, quote unquote. So, you know, I didn't have to have people pouring stuff over my head as I sat down at a counter. I didn't have to have police beating me down with a rubber hose or sicking dogs on me just because I wanted to, you know, drink out of a water fountain or go through the front door. My life was not like that. So when you read about what our people as African Americans have gone through, well, it's amazing. And what really just pisses me off is that almost that level of like, why? That's what we do. And it's accepted. I couldn't believe this level of racism is accepted. Now, we still have racism today. Don't get it twisted. And no one, I don't care that we have a black president. Yay, Obama. I'm so happy that you're here. However, nothing has really changed. People just disguise it a little bit better. That's my own personal opinion. However, with TheHelp, I found that it read, so as I was reading it, I was like, wow, this could be a movie. And then it clicked. I was like, girl, they did make this a movie. It's not like it's a big crazy. It has a lot of good, strong key players in it. Sissy Spacek, for one, who I absolutely love. And I'm definitely going to check out the movie. However, the book, it's kind of hit or miss for me. It was written by a white woman, a Caucasian, if you will. And she had the vernacular, the thought process, the speak, everything. Basically, she had it down pat, I must say. It really wasn't offensive. It was just truth. And sometimes the truth is hard to take as a black woman, to think about all the things that my family and my parents and my grandparents went through for me to be here right now. And it makes you think. So if you want to join me in 6 and 6, go to Borders. Do not order online. Go to Borders, because they're closing now. And a lot of their stuff is up to 40% off. And get a book. Read a book. Don't be stupid. Learn to read. Reading is fundamental. And check out The Help by Catherine Stalker. Bye now.